What are you doing, goofball? She says there is always time to prepare for spring. It looks like Miss Shadow is prepping her yard for spring here, trimming down some of the dead branches there. Welcome everyone, you're tuned in here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. It's a glorious Friday here, and Miss Shadow, as you can see, is thoroughly enjoying herself. She's doing a little balancing act on a log as she kind of gnaws and chews on some branches. This is something I'll frequently see Shadow do. She's not swallowing or ingesting the branches, just kind of cracking them off and breaking them. Just something fun for her to do. A little quirk Shadow has. Hope everybody's doing well. Hey Kathy, thanks for joining. Daniel, welcome Daniel. Rick from Delaware, hey Rick. Bonnie says so adorable. You are right about that. Hey Lois, thanks for joining. Good morning Lori, or afternoon I should say, here in Sandstone. Hey Stephanie. Hope everybody's doing well. Genevieve says hello, and how are the cats in this cold? The cats are doing just fine. Obviously, here in Minnesota, cold is something very normal, especially for our winter months here. And cats like Shadow, she's got all types of opportunities to stay safe and warm, particularly her indoor bedroom, which is attached to her expansive habitat. Shadow gets to choose when she wants to spend time outside and inside. And Shadow in particular is great about balancing her time inside and outside, making sure that she's safe, comfortable, and warm. Shadow is hanging out on top of one of her perches here, or kind of hanging off of the perch, balanced on a log, gnawing on some of the trees here. Like I said, doing a little spring cleaning perhaps. We're going to be joined by Alyssa in just a moment. Miss Shadow is going to be receiving her meal for the day, and I thought it'd be a fun little live post for us to spend some time with Shadow. We got to see our other black leopard this week, Mr. Shazam, and we're about to see Shadow come flying down here. Shadow was having fun up on her little log run there, and here's Caretaker Alyssa, and there is Miss Shadow, excited as can be for her meal. Oh, beef day, Miss Shadow. And so how much is Shadow getting fed? What's her diet these days?
She's on about 2 pounds.
So Shadow's getting fed 2 pounds a day.
Yes.
And so Shadow, she's also one of our geriatric cats. She's on some medications. Is that correct, Alyssa?
Yeah, she's on some renal support to help her kidneys. Just because being an older cat, they do tend to have some kidney issues, and so we're giving her a supplement for that. But she's also on omega, and that helps with her coat. And then she's also on some joint supplements. Again, because she is an older cat, they do start to have some issues with their joints. So that just helps take care of any type of issues she might be having.
Exactly.
For an older cat, she does not need to be on any pain meds at all, which is awesome.
That is good to hear. I didn't realize that about Shadow. It's nice that she has just kind of the preventative medications,
yes,
if you will, for her older age, but still no pain medications because Shadow isn't showing any apparent signs of arthritis or anything like that.
That's correct. A lot of the times when cats show pain, they either overgroom themselves, they'll tail suck, sometimes they undergroom, they might shake or have any tremors in their legs. So we're always looking out for those signs, especially in our older cats, just to make sure that they aren't having any pain.
Nice. Welcome everyone. If you're just tuning in, Miss Shadow here is enjoying her meal for the day.
It's snowy, but you probably don't care.
If you listen closely in the background, I know many of you have been asking, have Wally and Marlene joined our lion chorus here at the Wildcat Sanctuary? And the answer is yes. That was just Wally and Marlene who started up some caroling. Now I can hear the inside of Pride Prairie singing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sophie, Kimba, and Gino across the way in Wild Woodland started singing as well.
Oh, you got some snow in there, huh?
And so, Alyssa, obviously we're kind of finishing up with a cold stretch of days here. Fortunately, it's finally getting warmer again. How did Shadow do with the cold and those cold temperatures?
Oh, she didn't really mind it, but most of our cats were locked in. We did give them access during the day to stretch their legs if they chose to. She really kind of preferred to just stay inside and hang out with her heater and her bed box.
Nice. And of course, since Shadow's spending a little bit more time inside, or was with that cold weather that's now since passed, we got to do things like adding enrichment for Miss Shadow and just making sure that she's just as happy indoors as she is outdoors.
Yeah, so we gave her a lot of scent enrichment cardboards. We even tried the little TV that we move around for cats to have enrichment. She seemed to kind of enjoy it, but it didn't really faze her all that much, like it does with some of the other cats who become enamored with the TV.
All done, Miss Shadow. Ooh, yummy. And you got a little snow on your face, too. Well, thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate you coming by and doing some feeding. Shadow is being a total goofball. If you guys just tuned in partway through the post, doing a little wrapping up with feeding, I should say, with Miss Shadow now. And for the first couple minutes of the post, Shadow was being like I said, really showing her inner cub and being a total goofball. It's empty, Shadow. It's empty. Just like our cats at home, always asking for more.
Yeah, a cat's belly is never full.
That's true. That's the one thing that never seems to change is a cat's appetite. Well, thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll let you continue your day. We'll spend a few more minutes with Miss Shadow. Like all cats, it's time to do some grooming after mealtime. Grooming, maybe a little exercise, Shadow. Let's walk over here. I'm going to stage up over here and look for some comments that were coming through. I was too busy looking at Shadow enjoy her meal. Apologize if I missed some of your comments. Before I go through those comments, we're at $50 on donations for this post, so thank you everyone for giving. Goes towards helping keep cats like Shadow fed, of course keeping her warm and comfortable in her indoor bedroom, and just seeing too that she's enjoying her wild at life heart here. So thank you for your donation. Let's look at some comments, Miss Shadow. Tina Campbell is asking, do you feed her more than once a day? All of our cats are fed once a day. We don't fast our cats or feed them in large quantities at once. They're fed once a day. This helps kind of maintain their appetite, as well as kind of curb any type of food aggression that some of our pairs or triples might have with one another. Let's look at some more comments, Miss Shadow. Such a silly girl. You are right about that, Shelly. You are silly as can be, Shadow. Even as a geriatric cat, it seems like Shadow never grew out from being a kitten. Tina Campbell says, I think she wants more. You're right about that. That's the age-old story with felines, isn't it? Is that they're always tricking us about wanting more food. And what's great, obviously, about the caretakers here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, they're always keeping the individual cat in mind. So perhaps Shadow's diet needs to be increased or decreased. Caretakers are always keeping an eye on Shadow. They're maybe looking, is she eating? Is she leaving food behind? Is she wanting more consistently? And then from there, they would up her diet. And so that's one thing, Shadow's never getting fed. And for that matter, all of our cats aren't getting fed the same amount every day, I should say, around the year. A lot of that time, that amount can fluctuate, especially depending on winter and summer, as well as just the individual cat's needs. And I'm a little hesitant to go and follow Shadow down this hallway because traditionally we don't get the greatest service. So I think we're going to go say goodbye to Shadow for now. And I'm going to walk over here and I see Mr. Stelter, the Bobcat, enjoying a little sun time. He's definitely got his O-face on there, laying right in the sun. Eyes closed. Stelter is feeling good. Stelter, a bobcat. He's got his companion Brianna there on the left-hand corner of the screen. She's a little camouflaged on top of her perch there. Stelter and Brianna, they really did escape a tragic fate. Stelter and Brianna were sentenced to be fur coats. They were found at were surrendered here from an individual who was operating a fur farm. And Brianna and Stelter, prior to coming here, hadn't even touched ground. They were living in suspended wire cages, and very simply were just being grown and to be pelted out for their fur. And we couldn't be more thankful that that was not their reality. I'm looking here at Stelter, who's totally soaking in the sunlight in a pure state of zen or bliss. And it's these type of moments where we think about their past and what could have happened, the road that these cats were on before coming here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. It's just such a stark contrast from their wild at heart life that they have now. And it's always worth reminding ourselves where our cats came from, because here we are, we see them at their peak. They're happy, they're healthy, they're enjoying their life, but it's always worth reminding ourselves where our cats came from, so in turn we can educate and prevent situations like Brianna and Stelter's from happening in the first place. Isn't that right, Mr. Stelter? See, someone donated another $25. Let me scroll through here and see if I can find this kind person and thank them. Scrolling up here, give me 1 second. Hopefully I can see the second donation come through. I always can see it when I go back to my computer and check the comments. So if I don't see it and it doesn't look like I am, but I know someone donated, thank you for your gift. Looks like you donated $25. I'll be sure to thank you in person and give my most sincerest thanks in the comments after we've wrapped up the post. Kind of back out here, you can look at the expansive habitat that Stelter and Brianna are working with. Always love it when we pull back on these live posts and the cats are just little dots within their expansive habitat. I'm going to walk over and see if I can get eyes on Miss Brianna, and then I think we are going to call that a live post for the day. I have certainly been enjoying myself, so I hope everyone else is. We got to spend some time with Shadow, first with her kind of goofing off on one of her kind of catwalks, doing some tree trimming, and then she had her daily meal. And now we're spending a little bit of time with Bobcats, Brianna, and Stelter. Hey, Brianna. Hey, pretty fluffy girl. Ooh, that sun feels good. She says, yes, it does. Tina Campbell says, thank you for this wonderful video. Thank you for joining us, Tina. We're always glad when we have an audience here on our live posts, and obviously the Wildcat Sanctuary not being open to the public, this is an opportunity for us to interact with our amazing supporters in real time, and for them to interact with interact with our cats safely in real time. The cats that you guys do so much to support. So we're so glad that everyone enjoys these live posts as much as we love doing them, because it's you guys who kind of drive the Wildcat Sanctuary and keep things turning here, and it's the least we can do to bring you the cats that you all do so much for. And it looks like Miss Brianna's settling in, getting a little more comfortable. I don't blame her. That sun feels gorgeous. We're looking at temps this weekend in the high 20s, maybe even into the 30s on Sunday. And it's even going to get above freezing next week, so a little thaw perhaps. Looking forward to the warm weather. I know the cats certainly are enjoying this reprieve from the cold weather, and knock on wood, here in Minnesota, we might be out of the woods for the cold weather here as we're moving into March and the start of spring. And we are happy about it. The cats are happy about it. Staff's happy about it. I'm sure everybody here in the Midwest is about ready for winter to wrap up. All right, Mr. Stelter, you keep on enjoying yourself. I want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been an awesome time spending time with everyone here on this beautiful Friday. Hope you all have a great, safe weekend. We look forward to bringing you more of your favorite cats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on a live post next Monday. Of course, look forward, we've mentioned it a couple times this week, coming out Tuesday on the e-newsletter, we're going to have Dash's 12-week video where we compare Dash's Wild at Heart life with that of a cub petting cub. And that's a very, very informative video. Not only is educational on cub petting, but also features some clips of growing Dash that some of you haven't seen. So we're looking forward to sharing that with everyone. Again, that'll be happening on Tuesday. You can, of course, hear about it first on our e-newsletter, and then we'll be sharing to Facebook later. For now, stay well, everyone. Have a great rest of your Friday, and looking forward to seeing everyone on Monday. Thanks again.